Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first recorded developer sync. Justin, do you want to go first?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Over the past couple days, I've been continuing to keep track of all the pull requests for our dev updates that we're going to start doing monthly here. Push some updates to the CI tests for the desktop farmer. What was happening is every time we were doing a push or a pull request, it was initializing code signing, which would then notify Apple and blow up Jeremiah's email with a bunch of emails. So we got that removed because obviously we only need to code sign on actual publishing for releases, not necessarily every time we do a push or a pull. And beyond that, the main thing I've been kind of working on is kind of getting some of the underlying legwork going for our videos here, like our thumbnails and some of our other content creation and stuff along those lines. I've been working with Yewan to get that going for us. That way we can get these all uploaded and looking nicely.
Awesome. Any questions for Justin from the group? And are there anything else you're going to be working on the desktop farmer side, Justin, or is that pretty much all caught up with entitlements and code signing?
That's all caught up with entitlements and code signing. I was doing some learning on Rust to kind of get familiar with Rust modules and everything. I wanted to help out with the conditional computation of breaking it up into the different operating systems. John's getting started on that, but I was going to try and help out there where I could.
Okay. Thanks. Any questions for Justin from the group? Okay, thank you, Justin. Nazar, you're up next.
Yeah, so I was working on continuing Subspace upgrades. The first thing was to add event for the root block stored, so that frontend can actually catch that event and be aware that something was archived. And alongside with that, I've actually added a bunch of tests for the Pellets Spartan that tests some of the new functionality around root blocks that we have, such that we can be reasonably confident when we do changes about that. I also tried to write tests for a C consensus POC, but there was a problem that the runtime that we construct, that we inherited from Babe, is actually not the full frame runtime, so it doesn't have transaction support. So the code kind of works until we want to submit a transaction. Then it fails, it cannot do that. And I'll probably have to rewrite the whole runtime at some point. I got some pointers from the parity guys at Matrix, but it's a lot of work. So for now, it's just prepare test, but it's commented out, so it doesn't fail CI. But it's something that we'll need to take care of later. And the next, I've actually added support for the concept of objects. The objects will be the things that we put into the history before the Genesis block. This solves the problem of chicken and egg problem, where in order to produce blocks, you need to have something plotted, but in order to plot, you need to have some history. So we'll basically generate 10 segments worth of hashes derived from phrase subspace, and then we'll plot them. And then we can use that as a way to produce new blocks. We will have some small plot from that. So I've split the archiver that we had into archiver for blocks and objects. Objects are archived first, then we can transition to the useful block history archiving. Wrote some tests for that, updated some RPC, and basically we are ready to do the upgrade on the farmer side, where we will start plotting useful history there. And for that, I'm a little bit blocked by the Ozgun's work, because I need all of that work with upgrade of the library finished before I can start modifying everything everywhere. So that's basically where I'm at. Questions?
Awesome. Thanks, Nazar. Sorry, it sounded like they were doing a fire alarm test, the building I'm at right now, but I guess it's over. Okay, Ozgun, you're up next.
All right. So last week I was working with resolving bugs for compilation, and now all of them are fixed. It compiles perfectly fine. And as Nazar said, there's only small things left for making end-to-end GPU and CPU plotting, but I'm facing some issues on there. Today we were discussing it with Nazar. Probably after this meeting, we will continue working on that. So basically, the library will have to change a bit to support the new prime size bytes and some other things. Other than that, I think we are very, very, very close to make a end-to-end GPU and CPU plotting. After than that, I don't know, we will probably start an article maybe. And by the way, I'm not blocked by anything. I'm just trying to understand the library more to modify it.
Okay, great, Ozgun. Any questions from the team? Okay, look forward to talking about that more in the next meeting. All right, Leo, you're up next.
Yeah, in the last days, I have been working with John. He made me a really fast introduction about the front end on the desktop farmer. I have found a lot of hard-coded text and everything, a lot of things. I am making a list of a lot of features that can be improved actually. And I have added the authoring information in the front end. I finally got how Vue works. And after that, I have worked with the front-end relayer application. I have an initial version that is at least showing me in the console all the information we need in the front end. So I have pending to create a couple of components to show the information in the screen. And yesterday I was working in making a new video for this Polkadot apps explorer, and with my face and everything. So the marketing guys can have a better version of this video to make it public. And yeah, I think that for today I will be working in the relayer app, and by the end of the day I think that we can have at least an initial version working for this. It was working yesterday, but with a couple of updates that Serge made, I think that today in the morning it got broken, or a couple of types missing, I think. So I am checking that and loading this to GitHub. Any question, guys?
Awesome, thanks, Leo. Yeah, and let's just try not to do any more videos. I think the one we had was good enough. I think maybe there was some confusion with the marketing team. We had talked about doing another video, but I thought we had said we weren't going to do that. So let's give pushback if that happens again, or let me know. Okay, just focus on engineering right now.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Otherwise, sounds great, Leo. Serge, you're up next.
Yeah, so I'm continuing working on Relayer, and I merged 2 PRs I made on Friday, and also I was investigating the parablock binary issue. So the problem is, unfortunately, I'm afraid we're gonna need custom types anyway to decode blocks we receive from RPC, because currently we get JSON, which consists of header and extrinsics, which are encoded, but yeah, so in order to decode extrinsic, we need custom types. Otherwise, I can send like blocks without extrinsics, just with headers. That works fine. And yeah, this is something we need to discuss. Yeah, also I've been working today on the parachain branch integration. I updated tests, merged from main, created parachain class, and did some refactoring. So utilizing RxJS operators to simplify code. And yeah, I also identified few other issues I will address in the future. Like sometimes RPC node from other like block of our other chains like parachains, they do not send blocks, just empty response sometimes. And yeah, I'm still having like proxy issue with nonce. Maybe proxy accounts will solve this, so I'm gonna work on this tomorrow. Yeah, and tomorrow I will have a call with John on Farmer. That's it.